Don't worry, pals, I was gonna get to it sooner or later. Jurassic World Rebirth. Or, like I like to say, Jurassic World Mid-Birth. Because this movie blew my mind on how poorly written it was. It was so bad. It was horrendous. It should have been left extinct, like most news outlets would say. Jurassic World Rebirth I saw 2 days ago, or yesterday pretty much, and it was really mid. I was gonna go see it with a friend, but it was actually, I took, the courtesy of watching it, preemptively to see, like, if it's worthy of, like, our money, because we're kind of broke and tight on cash right now, and it's not. It's not. It was, the action is okay. The characters were meh. Like, it was two plot points. There was, we follow the family of some random fucking family, and we follow Scarlett Johansson and the team. It's so weird how, like, written this thing is. The villain, the D-Rex, is only at the last 10 fucking minutes of the film. Why? You're like putting toys out and fucking advertising and just edging us with this mutant dinosaur, and we get only 10 minutes of it at the end of the fucking movie. Why? And on top of that, it isn't even cool. It is a miracle it's still alive after hundreds of years, not even hundreds, after like 30 years, according to the movie, of just abandoned at an island. It is so slow, this dinosaur. Oh my god. It is like if you put 30-pound fucking dumbbells on each one of your limbs and tried fucking moving. Why is it so slow? I expected the D-Rex to be like kind of agile, like a T-Rex. But even the T-Rex in its own scene, it is so slow and clumsy and stupid. Like, why are these animals... Like, I understand they're mutants and they're not perfect, but they're kind of like retarded in a sort of way. I don't mean to like drop the hard R here, but these dinosaurs are kind of dumb. Like, they're really stupid compared to like Rexy from the original Jurassic World with like the Indominus Rex. That thing is fast and agile and was good at fighting, but this like bigger T-Rex is kind of stupid. Like, he chases our family around, like, down a river and a scene, and it's just kind of walking slowly on like the shore when it can completely submerge itself in fucking water. Like, just jump in, take a soak, and chase him and eat him. Like, what? Like, what? It is a dumb fucking T-Rex. It's the equivalent of you trying to like grab a spider, but you don't know what species it is, but you're not afraid of touching it, right? It's like that. It's like, like, it's like that. This T-Rex is like a bitch. Like, what the fuck? And the only like animals that are actually like, seem fucking move realistically are like the raptor pterosaur things. There's these weird raptors in the movie that have wings, and they eat other normal raptors, like in the scene where some fucking teen protagonist... Let's backtrack here. Let me tell you about the characters first, because the characters are the pivotal part of the movie, even though they're the least interesting part of this fucking movie. Because, you're going into the fucking theaters to see a fucking dinosaur movies. You want to see dinosaurs, right? So, like, there's gonna be dinosaurs, but we have to follow these fucking group of fleshy humans. So let's start with Scarlett Johansson's team here. So it's Scarlett Johansson, two poachers, it's three. It's like two poacher dudes and a poacher female. I don't know what they're fucking called. They're like poacher pirates or some shit like that. They're supposed to smuggle things, smugglers pretty much. Yeah, smugglers / pirates. Then we have a scientist, and then we have like their security guy who legitimately dies at the beginning of their expedition, which is why. And then we have the evil corporate dude who's, accompanying them to see if they're going to complete the task that they were paid to do. in the first place. And they embark on this journey, offered, $10 million, and they're supposed to retrieve DNA samples of large dinosaurs, because apparently heart disease can be curable through that sequence or whatever. Like, it's weird, kind of. Like, that data should have been stored on the fucking cloud when the company left the island to to kind of retrieve that information and other studies, but they have to go fucking get the dinosaur blood, and this is the group that we follow with Scarlett Johansson included, to the island. And then randomly, like in the middle of the movie, like 25% to the, like, in 25% of the movie, we see another, group of characters, which is these, like, there's a father and his, like, kind of family, which is mostly, like, children, or kind of teen/children. So it's a father, and I forgot his name already, and we have a small child around, like, 10 years old. Then we have a teen daughter who's around, like, I think 18, 19, 20-ish. And then we have her boyfriend, who's around the same age, maybe a little older, maybe like 21, kind of. And, we follow the second group of characters because they are apparently near a fucking island a couple 100 kilometers from land. What are they doing out there? Like, most radios, tell you where your location is, when you're in the middle of an ocean. And if you pass, certain water lines, this is restricted airspace. This is no man's land of water, whatever the fuck it's called. No country owns this part of land or water, and what are they doing out there? Like, usually if someone's out there in the middle of the ocean and they pass a certain line, governments will be notified through satellite and just like, oh, there's, civilians in restricted waters, and they go out and fucking retrieve them. For some reason, the government is just kind of, I guess they're too occupied, because apparently in the movie, sadly, the dinosaurs are dying, except for the ones, in South America and Asia, but all the dinosaurs in, like, America, Russia, or, like, Europe, those are dying, because apparently there's not enough oxygen in the atmosphere, and it's not, like, climate, the climate isn't for them, so dinosaurs are dying, apparently. And, that's at the beginning of the movie. But back to the characters. These are the two groups of characters that we follow in the movie. And when we reach the island, after, their boat capsized, because apparently fucking Spinosaurus is also a couple 100 kilometers out on the fucking ocean, mind you. Like, there's no fish out there. They're in the part of the ocean where there's no fishy, and there's a mosasaur too. I guess the mosasaur is, allowed to be out there, but the Spinosaurs, what the fuck are they doing out there? And the mosasaur, capsizes their fucking sailboat, not a, a cruise boat, not a cruise boat, a fucking, one of those, like, mini yachts for fishing. Well, it capsizes their little sailboat, and then they have to call, and Scarlett Johansson's team happens to be near the area, and then that's when these two groups, collide, and, the rest of the movie goes on. And right after that, 5 minutes in, the security guard guy with the most weapons fucking dies to a Spinosaurus. He gets snapped up. He gets absolutely fucking snapped up. And, of course, Scarlett Johansson is sad because, she lost a fucking teammate and whatever, blah, blah, blah. The people are sad. And during that scene, also, it's shown that the evil corporate guy that came with them on the trip is not happy, is not happy that they're, with them. This other family came along for the ride. Because, just give me a second, my weird external hard drive is tweaking. Is it back to normal? Okay, bet. So yeah, it is shown that this corporate guy is not happy, and he tries to kill one of the teens while the other, group is outside trying to not get fucking snapped up by the mosasaur and the Spinosaur on this, pirate vessel. which is like a mini hunting yacht, right? And the rest of the movie, the boat has to crash land on land because the Spinosaurs, pushed them towards the land, and they can't really go out because the boat is damaged now. So now we're on land, and that's where the rest of the movie goes. And the pacing for this movie, sports fans, is fucking horrendous. We skipped through so much stuff in the movie. Like, they literally walk onto shore, and the next scene, they're already at the dinosaur place in the middle of the fucking island. Why? Like, the pacing is so off. And then on top of that, they complete their task of, like, getting the blood of this random fucking Titanosaurus, whatever it's called. And then they look to their right. Oh, what do you know? The other dinosaur's there. And then we skip that whole sequence of them going up there, and then we're magically there. And then after they complete the pterosaur, we skip to them going to the other part of the island, which is, habitable with a bunch of abandoned buildings. And there's so much skipping. There's like only a few set scenes in this movie. They kind of saved money on that, and it sucks. I hate that. It's bad. This movie's just bad in general. And, the dinosaurs are very, thin and in between, like as if they were copywritten. I mean, copyrighted, and they have to pay to use fucking dinosaur likeness. Dinosaurs are free to use. They're in the public domain. Fucking use dinosaur, right? I don't know if they have to pay to use a dinosaur, but just they didn't use a lot of dinosaurs. I'm gonna run down on how many the amount of dinosaurs fits in my hand. So we have one of the dinosaurs that follows the main protagonist, which is a little, like, I don't remember the name of this dinosaur, but it's like an ancestor of dinosaurs. It's like, it looks like a triceratops, but it's about the size of like a computer mouse, and it's a herbivore, and it's got like this weird little crest on its skull. So that's one. Then we have the main three dinosaurs that we hunt, which is the mosasaur, the titanosaur, and the quetzalcoatl. And then on top of that, we have the Spinosaurus, and then we have the T-Rex. We have a raptor. We have compies. We also have the weird flying raptor, and then last but not least, we have the D-Rex. Literally 10 fucking dinosaurs. Maybe there were more, but they were like barely in the movie, 10 fucking dinosaurs, that's it. That is nothing. That is zero. There are hundreds of different dinosaurs that they could have used, but that's it. It's sad, I wanted to see dinosaur, and I got fucking crumbs, This movie isn't, for the likeness of anyone too, if you're planning to take your kid, because there are people that fucking die, that is, one of the few things that we didn't see in the previous movies of people dying to the dinosaurs, We actually see them getting eaten this time, The last time it kind of, hid the people away while they were getting eaten. But this time, we fucking saw the dinosaurs chomping down. It's like me when I get my hands on some fucking Popeyes chicken strips, Fucking, I don't chew, I'm fucking, I'm fucking eating that shit. I'm eating that shit down. And, we get to see that on full display, and it's, it's cool, but the rest of the movie is poorly paced, barely any dinosaurs, and it sucks, by the time the movie ends, you're like, that's it? Why? What happened? What was the point of this movie? This movie was as important as a rat. Like, we could follow a fucking rat going into your house and eating a raisin. That is as important as this movie is. Like, there's no, impact to this movie, really, besides them, curing heart disease, but we don't even see the outcome of that. Greedy people die in this movie. Like, I thought, there's just so much of this movie that is to spoil, and I don't really I'm interested to spoil it, really. Just go see it yourself, go pirate it, or fucking pay money to see it, but it really isn't worth your time. It's really poorly written. And that's it for this video. It's a 15-minute video of me ranting about how much I didn't like this movie and how much they could have improved on it. Give more dinosaur, man. Pace it better. Don't just fucking teleport us like 3 hours into their expedition on the island. Like, the full expedition. I want to see some shit, man. And, yeah, it was a pretty mid movie, and all I gotta say is, Superman, save us! Superman comes out in 4 days, and I'm gonna be watching that 100% with the pals this time, because we're already planning to see it. It's the most, enthusiastically want to watch thing that we're gonna watch, right? And the thing that I'm gonna watch alone, because they're apparently uninterested, is the Fantastic Four. Fuck the Fantastic Four. It's slobbering time, and that's about it. Jurassic World Dominion. What do I give it on the beard meter? I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Really, it's an okay, like 6.5, 7-ish. It's an okay movie. You can watch it with your family. It's just really not worth your time. It's kind of a movie, for the bins, right? That's it. See ya.